Lara Trump, bride of Eric. Trump is reported to be lobbying Governor DeSantis of Florida to appoint Lara to the Senate. The report says at least 2 calls were made from the Trump White House to, quote, convey the president's anger regarding Kimmel's monologue. Federal equal time rule to declare that anti-Trump material broadcast by Saturday Night Live, Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, and others was somehow illegal. Stiff workers out of overtime to launch his, I don't know, maybe 15th attack on me for making fun of him at the Oscars.
Coming up, we've got the full blow-by-blow of Kimmel versus Trump. Watch how one joke sparked a full-blown Twitter war, complete with celebrity fact-check cameos and enough burns to toast an entire campfire's worth of marshmallows. Plus, we'll show you why Kimmel's posts are getting 300% more love than Trump's. It's David versus Goliath, but David's got way better writers. Before we dive in, I've got a quick favor to ask. If you're enjoying this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch without subscribing. It costs you nothing but makes a huge difference to us. So, did you hit that subscribe button? Awesome, thank you. Now back to the video. Picture this. Jimmy Kimmel, the late-night king of sass, steps onto his stage with that gleam in his eye that screams, "I've got dirt." The audience can practically smell the juicy gossip hanging in the air. Kimmel's got that look, you know the one, like a cat who just found an open can of tuna. His voice dripping with mock seriousness, he starts, "You won't believe who Donnie Jr. has been spotted with." The crowd leans in, hanging on every word. You could hear a pin drop, if it weren't for the frantic tapping of phones texting friends, "OMG, you gotta see this." Then, with the precision of a comedy sniper, Kimmel drops the zinger. Looks like little Donnie's upgrading, from fake news to fake tan. The audience erupts, belly laughs, shocked gasps, and enough ooze to fill a ghost town. It's like watching seals at feeding time, but instead of fish, they're being tossed grade A political burns. But Kimmel's not done. Oh no, he's just warming up. He starts dangling more hints, teasing juicy tidbits like a fisherman with the world's tastiest bait. The crowd's practically salivating, ready to gobble up every morsel of Trump family drama.
He tried to pressure Disney because of your jokes.
He believes CBS should have their license revoked.
All right, here's the scoop. Jimmy Kimmel just dropped a bombshell. Turns out Donald Trump Jr. is now dating Melissa Kensington, a big-time socialite from Palm Beach who's also a hardcore environmental activist. Yeah, you heard that right. Jr.'s now cozying up with a tree hugger. Talk about oil and water mixing, except here the oil's desperately trying to win over the water. The irony's thick enough to cut with a knife. Jr. comes from a family famous for treating the planet like it's an all-you-can-pollute buffet, and now he's rubbing elbows with a green warrior. Makes you wonder if he's ready to ditch his gas-guzzling SUV for a tandem bike built for two. As the audience recovers from laughter, you can almost feel the tension crackling in the air. Something big is about to drop. That mischievous gleam returns to Kimmel's eyes, like a cat ready to pounce on a powder keg full of punchlines. And trust me, Papa Trump isn't going to just sit quietly through this roast. But wait, there's more. The late-night comedy battle is only getting started, and it looks like the Trump clan's BBQ is about to get seriously heated. Grab your snacks, folks, because this feud's going full meltdown. Remember when we said this fight was heating up? Well, Trump just grabbed the big red button, shaped suspiciously like a Twitter bird, and hit it hard. But here's the kicker. In the battlefield of social media, Trump's often his own worst enemy. As word of Kimmel's savage roast reached Mar-a-Lago, you could almost hear Trump's fingers twitching in anticipation. This isn't his first rodeo when it comes to furious tweeting. The man's practically a black belt in 280-character burn combos, and he's itching to throw punches. The question was, would he unleash a Category 5 tweet storm or just a light drizzle of insults? Turns out it was a full-blown tsunami of caps lock and exclamation points. Trump fired off tweets faster than you can say cuff F, launching insults like a toddler throwing a tantrum in the cereal aisle, only with much worse spelling. His thumbs went into overdrive, slinging gems like calling Kimmel a total loser desperate for views. Kimmel's a loser. Look, I do Jimmy Kimmel. I do him all the time. But hold up, it gets better. Trump then played amateur psychologist, claiming Kimmel's jokes were just him projecting his own insecurities, because nothing screams confidence like tweeting about how secure you are at 3 a.m., right? The tweets kept coming in like a slow-motion car crash. You want to look away, but you can't. Trump mixed personal insults with attacks on Kimmel's career, even pulling out the big guns and labeling him a failed comedian. Oof, somebody fetch Kimmel some ice for that burn.
Stiff workers out of overtime to launch his, I don't know, maybe 15th attack on me for making fun of him at the Oscars.
Or maybe not. Then, plot twist, some of Trump's tweets started disappearing faster than ice cream at a summer picnic. It was like watching a magic show, except instead of rabbits, angry tweets vanished into thin air. Maybe someone on Trump's team finally wrestled the phone away, or maybe, just maybe, he had a rare moment of self-awareness. Yeah, right. We all know which one's more likely. So, what's the takeaway? Looks like in Trump's playbook, the best defense is a savage attack, followed by a quick delete. But here's the catch about the internet. It's like an elephant with a photographic memory. It never forgets. And those screenshots, they're forever. As the dust settles on this latest Twitter tantrum, one thing's for sure. The internet is about to throw a massive party. Memes are popping up everywhere, hashtags are blowing up, and somewhere Jimmy Kimmel is probably grinning ear to ear while writing his next monologue.
States was so upset about my jokes that I made about him, he directed his staffers at the White House to call Disney.
In comedy, bad publicity doesn't exist, especially when your target keeps serving up comedy gold on a silver platter. You've heard the saying, never bring a knife to a gunfight, right? Well, Trump just brought a tweet storm to a full-on meme war and the internet blew up with reactions. But here's the kicker. A surprising twist was about to turn this political roast into a viral sensation. Can you guess which unlikely celebrities jumped into the fray? The internet morphed into one giant snark-filled town hall meeting faster than you can say cafe.
I think that it would be so un-American if he were to come after people who are speaking out against him.
Social media was flooded with reactions, and it wasn't just your everyday Joe and Jane jumping in. Nope, the celebrities crashed this party too. People were sharing side-by-side gifs of Kimmel laughing his head off while Trump looked grumpier than a cat stuck in a bathtub. It was like watching a tennis match, but instead of balls, they were volleying burns back and forth. The big question on everyone's mind, who's winning this popularity contest? Well, folks, the numbers don't lie. One viral tweet claiming Kimmel just dropped the bombshell we all needed got more likes than Trump's hair has strands. Ouch. Hashtags were duking it out for the top spot like the WWE of social media. Kimmel roasts Trump and Trump tantrum were going head-to-head, and let me tell you, it was a tight match. People were smashing that retweet button faster than Trump can shout fake news. But wait, there's more. The celebrities weren't about to let this party happen without them. Sarah Silverman threw her hat in the ring, tweeting, "Kimmel is the hero we need right now." Talk about adding gasoline to the fire. As the memes kept rolling and the likes kept climbing, something big was brewing. Poll results started trickling in, and boy, were they a doozy. People waited for those numbers like kids waiting for Santa on Christmas Eve, and then boom. The results dropped like a mic at the end of a killer stand-up set. Kimmel's posts were getting 300% more engagement than Trump's. That's right, folks.
Maybe confusing me with Stormy Daniels, I don't know. 3 times. We've been on almost 22 years. You were on 3 times, not a lot.
In the showdown between jokes and tweets, laughter took the crown by a mile. So what does this say about Trump's image? Let's just say it's not exactly a good look when a comedian's outplaying you at your own game. It's like losing a boxing match to a guy rocking clown shoes. But hey, in politics, expect the unexpected. Who knows? Maybe Trump will soon claim he invented comedy. Stay tuned, folks. This show is far from over. If Trump thought he could intimidate Kimmel into backing down, he's about to get a harsh reality check.
I'm an optimistic person. I'm not hysterical. I laugh when people say, oh, you've got Trump derangement syndrome.
The late-night host didn't just hold his ground. He dug in so deep you'd swear he was planting roots. But here's the million-dollar question. Was Kimmel's comeback just about throwing punches, or was there a method behind the madness? As Kimmel strutted onto the stage, you could practically see mischief dripping from every pore. The audience knew they were in for something special. The anticipation hung heavy in the air, thick enough to cut with a knife. How would Kimmel fire back at Trump's Twitter tantrum? "This is a night I've been waiting for," Kimmel declared. setting the stage for what was about to unfold. The crowd leaned in, hungry for every word, and Kimmel didn't let them down. He unleashed a barrage of savage Trump family jokes that had everyone doubled over in laughter. Trump's thumbs must be worn out from all that furious tweeting. Maybe that's why his hands look so small.
Fox News, but crazier and younger, which is just the way Matt Gaetz likes it. That's right.
The crowd exploded with laughter, devouring every joke like it was sweet comedy candy. But Kimmel was just getting started. He likened the Trumps to a dysfunctional sitcom family, pointing out their worse hair and a legal mess that could fill a season. Each punchline landed harder than the one before, and the audience roared louder with every savage jab.
But cut out the part where he makes fun of me at the Oscars. Then he mashes out the message with his thumb nubs and hit.
It was like watching a comedy sniper in action, each joke hitting its target with surgical precision. As the laughter settled, Kimmel teased even bigger revelations ahead. The crowd leaned in, eager for more Trump family drama. One thing was clear, Kimmel wasn't backing down. He was doubling down, turning this roast into a comedic David versus Goliath showdown.
Us too. The fact of the matter is, this is a dangerous person. This is a stupid person, and that's a bad combination.
The result: Kimmel's ratings shot up big time. Turns out poking the orange bear is great for business. Who knew that roasting the Trumps could be so profitable? But here's the real question. Was it just about laughs and ratings, or was there something deeper going on? Maybe Kimmel was showing us all that sometimes the best way to fight bullies is with a perfectly timed joke. After all, it's hard to look tough when you're the punchline. As the dust settled on Kimmel's epic roast, one thing was crystal clear. In the battle of wits between a late-night host and a former president, laughter might just be the deadliest weapon, and this round definitely went to Kimmel. You know how the Trumps usually stick together tighter than Donald's hairline? Well, not this time. Some key family members are conspicuously absent. In this Twitter war, is the family cracking under pressure, or are they cooking up a secret plan? Usually when Papa Trump starts tweeting, his kids jump in faster than you can say, "Make America Great Again." It's like a chaotic game of tweet tag with everyone rushing to defend Daddy Dearest. But this time, crickets. The silence is so loud you could hear a MAGA hat hit the floor. Let's do a roll call of the Trump kids, shall we? Ivanka, usually the first to bat her eyelashes and tweet some sweet nothings about her father, is nowhere to be seen. Maybe she's busy practicing her "I'm not involved" face for the next family scandal. Eric Trump, on the other hand, seems preoccupied with other things. He's been playing political matchmaker, trying to land his wife Laura a cozy Senate seat in Florida.
Laura Trump, bride of Eric, Trump is reported to be lobbying Governor DeSantis of Florida to appoint Laura to the Senate.
Guest appearances defending dad from mean old Jimmy Kimmel aren't nearly as fun as playing House of Cards, Florida edition. And what about Donald Jr., the usual Twitter warrior? The guy who's never met a controversial tweet he didn't like is suddenly acting like his thumbs are broken. Maybe he's too busy hanging out with his new tree-hugging girlfriend to join the family's Twitter tantrum behind the golden doors of Trump Tower. Word on the street? Things aren't nearly as rosy as their fake tans. Rumors are swirling about disagreements on how to handle Kimmel's jabs. Some want to tweet up a storm, others swear by silence. It's like a family game of to tweet or not to tweet, and nobody can agree on the rules. This family feud is starting to look messier than Trump's comb-over in a windstorm. The big question: how will this affect the Trump brand? Will these cracks in the family's united front start to show in their business dealings?
Do you think it bothers him to hear reporters asking, where's Melania, and also at times, where's Ivanka, the two who are noticeably never there?
For now, they're trying to keep up the appearance of business as usual, probably hoping nobody's paying attention. The family portrait might look a bit smudged, but let's be honest, folks. The cracks are starting to show, and they're bigger than the ones in the Mar-a-Lago swimming pool. The Trump family may be quiet, but their silence is loud and clear.
What we're forgetting, I keep forgetting it, and I have to keep reminding myself this, he's not just running for president. He's running to stay out of prison.
It's like watching a reality TV show where the cast forgot their lines, and the comedy feud just keeps rolling. One thing's certain, the Trump family drama is the gift that keeps on giving. Who needs Netflix when you've got this circus? Stay tuned, folks. This family fracture might just blow up into a full-blown comedy earthquake.
me in. The report says at least 2 calls were made from the Trump White House to, quote, convey the president's anger regarding Kimmel's monologue.
Forget earthquakes. This comedy feud might be shaking up the polls. Ever wonder if those punchlines pack more power than we realize? Let's pull back the curtain on political comedy and see who's really shaping public opinion. Turns out Kimmel's jokes are doing way more than just making us laugh. They're part of a long legacy of comedians rattling the political cage. Remember Jon Stewart? That guy didn't just tell jokes. He busted open political scandals and media nonsense like piñatas at a birthday bash. Now Kimmel's swinging at the Trump piñata and looks like he might be landing some hits. After his latest roast, Trump's approval ratings took a little tumble. It's like watching a heavyweight boxer get rocked by a comedian's featherlight jab. Who knew laughter could hit so hard? But here's the twist. Some brainiacs who study this stuff say Kimmel's jokes are more than just entertainment. They're calling it political resistance. That's right, folks. Kimmel's not just a comedian, he's practically a revolutionary. Next thing you know, he'll be leading a march on Washington armed with nothing but a mic and some killer dad jokes. Experts say Kimmel's comedy could be shifting public opinion, especially among younger voters. It's like he's holding up a giant funny mirror to Trump, and some people are starting to realize the reflection isn't pretty. Who needs fake news when you've got real comedy, right? But hold on to your MAGA hats. This comedy revolution is just warming up. Word on the street is Kimmel's roast and laugh style might inspire more comedians to jump on the political comedy bandwagon. Looks like Kimmel's sparked a comedy arms race, and Trump's Twitter fingers might not be enough to keep up.
Federal equal time rule to declare that anti-Trump material broadcast by Saturday Night Live, Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, and others was somehow illegal.
So what's the long-term fallout from this comedy showdown? Well, if jokes keep chipping away at Trump's image, we might actually see some real shifts. Maybe folks will start fact-checking politicians as much as they Google jokes they don't get. Or maybe we'll all just end up with six-pack abs from laughing so hard. Either way, it looks like Kimmel's turning the political scene into one giant comedy club. And in this club, the guy with the sharpest punchlines just might have the last laugh. So grab your popcorn and your voting ballot, because this comedy show could change the channel on American politics. While we're busy cracking up at Kimmel's Trump roasts, the real punchline might be in the ratings. Turns out poking fun at the Donald is comedy gold, literally. But is Kimmel's Trump obsession pure genius or just a one-trick pony? In the ruthless world of late-night TV, Kimmel stumbled onto a secret weapon, Trump. It's like he's found a cheat code, except instead of extra lives, he's scoring extra viewers.
Late-night comedians for giving illegal campaign contributions to the Democratic Party in the form of jokes and on-air satire.
The late-night scene is usually as cutthroat as toddlers fighting over the last cookie, but Kimmel's Trump jokes are giving him an edge sharper than the Donald's Twitter fingers. So how's Kimmel stacking up against his rivals? Well, let's just say he's not quite the king of late night yet. That crown still belongs to Stephen Colbert, but Kimmel's nipping at his heels like a feisty little chihuahua with a grudge. His Trump-focused humor is like a shot of espresso for his audience, jolting his viewership numbers and making the competition jealous. When it comes to cold, hard advertising cash, Kimmel's Trump-centric comedy is paying off big time. It's like he's found a way to turn presidential tweets into dollar signs. One network exec, grinning ear to ear, said, "Kimmel's got the Midas touch right now. Everything he says about Trump turns to ratings gold." Makes you wonder if Kimmel's thinking about changing his name to Jimmy Goldfinger. The big wigs are noticing faster than Trump can type "Kuvfef." They're looking at Kimmel like he's some kind of comedy wizard who's conjuring viewers out of thin air. It's got them buzzing about what new gigs might be headed his way. Well, folks, the rumor mill is spinning faster than Trump's McDonald's order. There's talk Kimmel might even host major events like the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Can you imagine? It'd be like letting a fox loose in the henhouse. Except this fox cracks jokes and the chickens are all politicians.
There's probably no late-night host who gets under Donald Trump's skin more than Jimmy Kimmel. In part 2 of my sit-down interview with the comedian, he talked about that.
But here's the kicker. While Kimmel's riding high on his Trump-fueled success, other late-night hosts are struggling to keep viewers engaged. Poor Jimmy Fallon and Trevor Noah are probably wondering if they should start taking lessons on how to roast Trump. It's like Kimmel's found the fountain of viewership, while everyone else is stuck trying to fix a leaky faucet. As the Trump-Kimmel saga rolls on, one thing's clear in the late-night world: Trump jokes are the new black. They never go out of style, and they make everyone look good. Well, everyone except Trump, that is.
I swear, I hear from Donald Trump more than I hear from most of my uncles. And the funniest part is, Trump thinks I don't like this. He thinks it's, but I love this.
So grab your popcorn and set those DVRs, folks. This late-night gold rush isn't slowing down anytime soon, and Kimmel's cashing in, one Trump joke at a time.